And nowadays, value is essential. I would say like that. Nowadays, value is everything. I would say like that. But some might say that value is untouchable. Do you agree with me? Some might say value, good value. What does it mean? Untouchable. We talk about many things about value, regarding to value, but how we can implement, how we can put into practice a kind of value. Okay, this is very important. Essential means that it's need today. I would say that in the Thai context, it's also reading and writing on the criteria of external auditing. Okay, in the regulation, one of the criteria that Thai context, Thai education remain and write down on the way of assessment. It's one of the criteria is moral and values. So in each institution, in each university in Thailand, one of the criteria is moral and value. So every university in Thailand, they should have this kind of moral or value in their criteria in order to get assessed. But for me, as an assessor also for the higher education in Thailand, I would say that, okay, in the legal said that one of the criteria is moral or value, we have to put down on our strategy or on our policy. But I would say that some might do it very good way. Some might just write it down, just written down, but not put into practice. Okay? So it's important to understand and to take a look in the concrete way that how we can put into practice value. And we would say that value-driven leadership is also essential. Okay? Of course, I think most of us are educator and also administrator. When we think about management, when we think about university planning, we think about material things, planning our curriculum, how we can survive with our curriculum, how can we get the student, especially the private university, right? Even though you have a very good curriculum, but if you don't have student, that is not survive, right? Okay, so you have to think of curriculum. You have to think of the managing all the resources. But the important thing for the value-driven leadership is to think about value, which will drive all the university, drive all the student, and of course, to let our student be the good one. Okay, I think that every one of us will think that, okay, we would like to make our student be the good businessman, be the good educator in the future, good engineer, whatever. They can complete their course with all A, 4.0 GPA, but it will not a good reason if they are not a good man or good girl, right? If they don't have any value in their career, it doesn't matter. It doesn't show anything, okay? So value-driven leadership is an approach to education that we have to prioritize. I would say like that, okay? Not only write down in our policy that we will use all the moral, all the value in our administrative work, in our plan, in the activities. That's not enough. It should be in the holistic way of doing university management, okay? So I will talk about this in 3 parts. The first part is to talk about value-driven leadership, and the second one will talk about value-driven leadership cultivating empathy, and the third one is to cultivating equity, okay? So value, it means that when we talk about holistic value in the university, it should align with policy. It should align with the way of doing. Start from the head of the university, right? From the president on to the dean, to the lecturer, to all the staff. It should be all holistic, talking about value. Okay? A value, as I mentioned, sometimes is untouchable. Means that we talk about empathy, we talk about equity. How can we put into practice? I will share to you, and I hope that you will share together in each and every part of my presentation. We will have chance to share, because sharing is a way of learning. And today I come to learn from you also by sharing our experience. Because sharing experience, I think, is the best way of learning from each other. And I think that in each context are not the same. Thailand is one context. Malaysia is one context. Other countries is also another context. But for the value-driven, I think in each context have its own meaning and have its own way of doing. Okay? So the key principle of value-driven leadership, I would say that we have to put into practice. From this picture, you might see that our students, when they heard about value, when they heard about sharing, when they heard about empathy, equity, they learn day by day. We will not just say, okay, you should have empathy. Okay, you should have equity. We cannot just saying it because it's untouchable. But if we are doing it with our own way of doing, if we are a role model for the student, they will know and they will follow. And I'm sure that they will try to do according to their way of doing. From this picture, one of our student club, they go to the community. They went to the community to do activity with the student. This one is extracurriculum activities, not regarding to their study, not regarding to their curriculum, no grade, like, let's say, no grade. They will do it because they want to do it. They think that in that community need their help to teach the student, to let the student know more about English. They go there to teach English for the student. And not just only one day, half day, and then just to go, okay, take picture, post on Instagram, that's all. No, they make it regularly in every first and second Sunday of the month. They will go there and teach English for the student, because they think that English is very important for the student and for the child there in the community, which we will say that even though Bangkok is a big city, right, but there's still a community which are very, very poor and very lack of academic support. So they go there every first and second Sunday of the month in order to share the English teaching to the child there in the community and make a games and do the activity with the student. Okay, this one also the way that reflect that our mission or vision of value-driven is become a true activities by the student. I would say that we are not force them to do. We never force them to do. They volunteering to do it. And they ask for the support from the university. What university do? We support them. They said, okay, they plan to do this project with the community there for the children in need. We need some support from university. Okay, we support. And I myself also went there with them regularly in order to support and in order to advise them, because they need some advice. What are we going to do? Student is student, right? Okay. Sometimes they don't know what to do. They have a good mind, good intention to do, but for management process, sometimes they don't know much. Okay, what to do? What kind of teaching and learning activity they will prepare for the student. I will be advisor for them. And many times, almost every time, I join them for these activities. So this one is a way of presenting value to the student. They can feel it, and from time to time, they will do it. The key principle, I think we should emphasize core value. As I mentioned in Thai university, each university, they have to put the core value, or sometimes we call main characteristic of the graduates for our university. Some might say, okay, we'll be expert in IT. Some might say we'll be very high leadership in the university. That depends on the university core value. But in order to drive the value in the institution, I think we have to emphasize core value, okay? And integrity and transparency is also very important, starting from the president, right? Starting from the dean or vice president, come to the program director, lecturer, all of that will be talking about integrity and transparency, okay? When we listen to Sean talking about AI, we also thinking about transparency, okay? Regarding to the administrative work, how can we make it transparent? Anything you can share, anything you can answer, all the questions that needed for all the budgets, all the work that we do, this one we call integrity and transparency. Okay? A shared vision, as I mentioned, if we want to do it, really driven value, not just only written one, we have to start from the vision. Okay? Our vision not to only build our student to be a very great and good graduates, but how can we have a vision of doing all the things regarding to value is also important. And also from this one, we'll expand to the community, expand to the society, and of course, for this one, value will be spread on the society. Okay? Moral courage, also important. Moral is very important, I think, in all university, and especially in Thai context, that I mentioned that all university have one criteria of characteristic of the graduate is to have moral. Okay? So all learning outcome of our criteria will talk about moral also, one of the fifth criteria. Okay? So moral is something that we need to put into practice and give the student from the first day that they enter in our university. We will not say that, okay, now it's examination time, you should have moral, you cannot cheating. That's too late, we will say, okay? Regarding to this, when we listen to Sean about AI, I have some experience to share also to you about the moral or about the way that student doing exam, okay? I start the activities, I begin the activity we call white examination room. White examination room. What does it mean? It means that in the examination room, we will not have proctor. We will have only student. White examination rooms mean that we try to give them the meaning first, and we try to explain what are the white examination rooms. It means that each and every one, you respect yourself, you respect teacher, you respect university, you're not cheating. It's important to respect yourself. I think it's a common value that students need to know. So from time to time, we tell them all these things, all this idea, okay? You should respect yourself. If you cannot do the exam because of you not reading enough, you not study enough, you respect that you will fail, right? You will not cheating, okay? So this one concept we tell them from time to time and let them understand. We will not just announce, oh, this is regulation. Why examination room, regulation? No, we just explain and let them understand, okay? From the first day of their enter to the university, on our orientation day, we share them this idea of why examination room, okay? And in every classroom, teacher, lecturer have to explain this to the student. So you see, not only from the administrative, not from the administrator only, but aligned to all the component, all the way to the lecturer, all the way to the staff, okay? When the time of examination comes, they understand, okay? And they do it, and we do it seriously, no proctor, okay? And some exam room, after that they report to the lecturer that, oh, I see my friend, one of my friends cheating. So I asked them, so what do you do? I just walk there to tell him, don't do like that. You have to respect yourself. Wow. You see how important this value is driven in our society and also for our students. Of course, there won't be 100%, right, that everybody will not cheating, but in the atmosphere, in the idea that everyone understand and respect themselves, from time to time, it's happened, okay? This one is an exam, writing exam, not with the computer, with AI, that's another way, right? But this is just a simple exam like that. Just simple example that I would like to share that moral, value, ethical is something that we have to put into practice and we have to explain it, okay? And from time to time, I would say that empowerment, I would say the key principle should start from the big boss, okay? From the president on. If I'm so lucky that time when I worked as a student affair director and also vice president for the student affair, my president also support so much about this. When I talk about, okay, we will emphasize moral, we will emphasize value for our students in all activities, in all classes. My president, okay, good, go ahead, okay? And he supports everything that we need in order to make it true, okay? It's important to not just written down that we're going to emphasize moral or value, but just put into practice. So what are the benefits in education? Okay, for the student, they will know that if we focus on the value in our university, many times they can feel it and they can do it by themselves. Okay, from this one, I think that most of you have experience about this kind of moral or supporting the value into the university context, okay? Before I continue with my topic, anyone want to share with me about your experience or your best practice about moral or value in your university context? Anyone want to share, please? Or any questions from now? Okay, later on we can come, okay? For the student, we will say that value can benefit the student. As I mentioned you, the experience and the situation of student themselves, they tell the other, oh, don't do like that, it's not good. So when we have this atmosphere of moral and value, we can make it. Okay? And for the student that they will have a clear mind that this university focus on the value. Okay? In our university also have a vision that say that moral or value make human being. Okay? Means that we focus on moral. We focus on value. Okay? Because just only value make human being. Okay? If you are good, if you are very best engineer, but without moral, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, right? If you are a good businessman, very rich, very successful businessman, without moral, without value, it doesn't mean anything, right? So for the student, they will know, and their behavior will be little by little change. I would say like that from my experience, because we focus on every activities, not only extracurriculum activities, but also in-class activity. I will share another example of how we focus on moral and value in the class. We have the policy. It should start from the policy, right? We have a policy that in every class, lecturer should have 5 minutes sharing. What does it mean, 5 minutes sharing? It means before you begin your class. For example, if you teach foundation of education, in every subject, 5 minutes before you start, before you jump into your course, you should have 5 minutes sharing. What kind of sharing? Good thing sharing. Oh, this morning I drive to the university and I saw someone trying to cross the road and no car stopped for them. So when I look at the back of my car, there's no car, so I stopped by and let them cross the road. This one is my happy experience. This kind of experience is 5 minute sharing. Not teacher be the one who share. Student also share. Okay? So most of students, they will share. And we focus by small, little experience. That's fine. No need to big event. No need to be big activity. Just something. Some students said, okay, this morning I come to the university using the BTS SkyTrain, and then sitting down, even I'm a girl, but when I saw a woman, not that old, but I think she need a seat, so I just stand up and let her sit. Just a small experience, right? But this one we call 5 minute sharing. Every subject before jump to the course, jump to the content that the teacher will lecture for the student, they need to have 5 minute sharing. We start from the first day of the course. Every day of the course, they will do like this. For those students who are not yet doing this kind of experience, when they heard the sharing of their friend, they say, okay, I will try to do. But we are not forcing now. We don't say, oh, what you do? How you do? What you have to do? No, we are not forcing. Gently sharing. Okay, 5 minutes, maybe 1 or 2 experience, that's fine. Just to make it simple, just to make it gently, okay. Little by little, they learn and they try to make it. And we will telling them all the time that if you don't have, that's fine. One day you have experience. One day you have this kind of gentle empathy experience and you can share. No need to make up the story. You say like that, no? No need to make up the story. And we always tell the lecturer that we just make it gentle and we not say, oh, you have very good experience, you are very good one. No. Just to share and to be example for the other, not to press them too much and not to blame those who are not doing it. No, little by little, from time to time they will learn. I think this one is also benefit for the student for their behavior and their discipline. Okay, and also when we have the cultural of sharing in the university, when we have cultural of doing good thing in the university, they will learn. And also in the class, we always emphasize our lecturer to do things according to the mission and vision of our university is to let them understand and support moral. Okay? And this one is an example that we talk about why examination room. Okay? We explain to them and we try to tell them the idea. Okay? And at the end of the exam, we make a little workshop for the student. What are the workshop? Just let them share how they feel about doing why examination room. Some they said, oh, I'm so happy, even though I think my marks will not going to be high. Even I will not get A for this subject for sure. But I know that because of my study, because I didn't put more time for my study, I didn't read it, I didn't revise it properly. So I think I will not get A, but I am happy because I'm not cheating. I'm happy because I respect myself. I'm so proud with me. I'm so proud of myself that, okay, I can do this. And I think that this one, the sharing from the student, I think when I graduate, when I work in my career, I will do this the same. I will not cheating. Okay? So this one just an example that when we do this regularly, they will feel that, okay, the atmosphere of the university need to be somehow of value and also about moral. Okay? For the faculty and staff, I think that when we do this one, we will benefit more about increased trust and moral. Okay? When we all together, it should be from the president on, right? As I mentioned that president also very confident and also very support to this idea. So all the policy align with this idea. Okay? Every staff should know that if you work in this university, we will focus on moral. We will focus on value. Okay? So in each and every way of doing, we will regarding to this one. Okay? It's also about better retention for staff, as we know that when we are in the good atmosphere of work, we will stay, right? If we are in the good team, we will work and we will follow and we will go together as a team, right? In order to go ahead in our team, and it will be not a high number of the teacher or staff who quit, because from the president on, he have moral, he have way of doing things, even the evaluation of each year evaluation, right? Every teacher, every lecturer should have evaluation in at the end of the year, right? We use empathy, we use the way of moral. Okay, it should be fairness, right? If you meet the criteria, that's fine. There's no personal emotion, no personal judgment, no? Rely to the criteria and rely to empathy, okay? I will give you one more experience about staff and lecturer empathy in order to see how the profit to the faculties. In my faculties, when we have meeting before we begin the semester, we will talk about our work, right? Our tasks, what to do. Some might say, oh, this semester, I need to do a research. I want to do a research. I really want to do it. I want to complete my research. So, if a normal situation, we might say, oh, but you have to teach also, right? So you have to teach 5 subjects a semester, the same, and you should find your own way, own time to do your research. That will be the normal one. But if with the empathy, some of our lecturers will say, okay, so I will help you to teach. Actually, I teach already 5 subjects. I can get 2 from you so that you can complete your research. Talking, sharing, not directing. Dean will not say, oh, you have to help her to do this one so she can complete the research. No, we share and we empathy. Doing things, okay, I can help. This one I can help. This one you can help my hands. This one I can help you. Whatever, in each and every project, little by little, we will help each other. We will help each other and we will have this kind of sharing. Okay, this time I'm very, very serious time. My parents have a problem. I need to take a leave for 3 days. Don't worry. I will take care of your class. Don't worry. Let's go and arrange your thing. I will do it for you. Okay? This one is a way that if we emphasize and we share this idea little by little, the atmosphere in the workplace will be better. I would say like this: it's not automatically, boom, and then everything is like that. Of course, when we start, many obstacles, right? Many staff don't understand. Why I have to do like this? Come on, 5 minutes sharing. Why don't we just chit-chat with the student? Enough? What about 5 minutes sharing? Why I have to do? What is aligned to our costs? Sometimes, many times, we have a problem and the staff, they don't understand, but little by little, we focus on this one and we tell all the staff that this for the benefits of our student. This for the benefits of our university. Okay? Because if we do like this, we will get into the idea of sharing. Okay? And professional growth, as I mentioned already, when we have sharing, we have empathy. Sometimes, many times, we help each other and we can go together, hands in hands, together. Okay? And how it challenge and implementation. Okay? How to implement. Okay? Communicate continuously. As I mentioned from my experience, as we are sharing, we have to communicate continuously. Okay? Starting from our vision, starting from our president, and we will communicate. So the value is always a topic of our meeting. The value is always the topic of our discussion. In every meeting, we have to align to value about the examination, about opening the course, about advising load, whatever meeting, we will base on value. Okay? Many times when students have problems, even with the academic problem or even their personal problem, we will use the way to solve problem, okay, under value, okay, aligned to value. Okay. Value will be the most important idea to do all things, okay. So communicate continuously, so everybody will know, everybody will have this idea, okay. Align policy and practice. This is very important. As I mentioned, we're not just written down. When I go to assess some of the university as an assessor, I would say that just to share to you, okay? I didn't name the name of the university. They just write down, oh, we have policy of moral. But when we look at the activity, when we look at their report, right? They will have self-assessment report, right? And even though when they do AUNQA, whatever, QA, quality assurance, they write a report. When we read through the report, many times we cannot find the actual moral as they write down in the policy. We cannot see the actual activities that they do for the moral, okay? But some universities, they did very well, okay? From the policy implied to the activities, from the policy come to the activities. They can show us very clear aligning to the policy and practice. Lead by example. This one is very important. The role model of the student are the lecturer, right? Are the administrator. We focus on this very much in our university. We tell all the staff all the time that if you want your student to be good, you should be good first, right? If you want your student to be polite, you should be polite first. Am I right? Do you agree with me? If you say, okay, student, I'd like you to be polite, but you shout to them, how they can learn from you, right? Okay? This one is very important to be a role model, okay? And to be example for the student. Some example that I can share to you is that when we deal with the student, of course, for the university, they already teenager, right? They're not like school student. School student, mostly, I don't know in this context, but Thai context, if the student in high school or even primary school, better. Primary school, they will respect too much to the teacher. Everything that teacher said, they will, oh, okay, do like that, according to teacher, right? But university student is not like that. Am I right? I think it's the same, right? They will not listen to you 100%, I would say. They have their own idea. They have their own way of doing things. But if we understand each other, if we understand them that, oh, we used to be teenager before, right? Okay? So even though nowadays the teenager way of doing is not the same as our time, but we can imagine, we can understand. So if we understand them, we can do it better. I will share my experience. Just last semester, I thought PhD student, even though PhD student, they're still young, right? They just graduate from master degree. Most of them are teacher and administrator in the university and school. They come to study PhD with me. When we teach in the PhD, I think that most of you know already, we're not much on lecture. We just give them the idea and let them discuss. Let them learn by discussion, and they will learn by themselves a lot. Okay? Many times they just deal with me. Teacher, why don't today we not talking about academic? Why don't we talk about our lifestyle of working in the university? I said, okay, that's fine. If you suggest this, okay, these are the topics that we're going to discuss today. So it's very good atmosphere. Everybody discuss, and we can see a variety of dimension of the way of this discussion, right? And from that discussion, even not academic topic, but it aligned to academic. Some focus and some underline, oh, this one, regarding to leadership style that we just studied last week. Oh, Yes, you see, from this time to time, I think that understanding between lecturer, educator, and student are very important, and important to be the example for the student. So next, I will focus on value-driven leadership, cultivating empathy and equity. Okay, this also another one of many activities that I have done with my student. I would say my student have done, not me. Okay, because I'm not the one who create all this activity. My students are the one who create this activity. But I would say that these are the fruitful of the idea that we have given to them. Okay, they're doing things for the community. They even have a project to go to far away to the border, to the rural areas where the community there are very poor, where the schools are lacking of many things. They have a plan they call volunteer spirit activity. They make a fundraising themselves. They're not asking for the university. They ask only transportation support from university. Okay, we prepare the bus for them. But other things they prepare by themselves. They go to the park, weekend market to make a fundraising, singing and making a fundraising. The people walk around. When they see the poster, when they see the student, they donate money. They help the student. They do all things, fundraising activities in order to get money, in order to do things to help the rural area school in the border. And they said that we don't like to have a very high amount of money from university. Okay, 10,000 baht, do it. No. We are so proud, we are so happy that we can fundraising. We can make our money by ourselves, by activities. So fundraising activities, they have a various way of doing things. Another activity for fundraising, they call rhyme sale. It means that an idea of the students that I think we have a lot of second-hand products. Many churches that very good, but we are not using it anymore. Bags, shoes, everything that we have more than 10, and we're not using it anymore. Why don't we make this project? We approach this, we announce this, we advertise this in the university that we will have rhyme sale. Anyone have something that want to share to other, bring to student council, and then they correct it. Okay, many shirt, how many shoes, bags, whatever, all the things that they want to donate, right? Even teacher, everybody in the university donate. When they get all the stuff, all the things, they are not just selling to the normal one. They go to the poor community. They sell that. One shirt only 10 baht. A shoes only 20 baht. But their idea is saying, they announce to the community that we are not selling because we need money, but we want to help you also. But you can help others with your money also. So it means that not you come and then you take all the goods and then you go. No, you come and you say, okay, I need shoes. The students say, okay, which size do you want? I need number 7, okay. How many baht? How much for this one? Our student will say, how many you have? Oh, I have only 20 bahts because that community is very poor. Okay, that's fine, 20 baht, you get it. They help also with their money, with their little money. And we explain to that community that your money is not in our pocket. Your money will help others who in need more than you. So they are proud also, okay, my 20 baht. I bought these shoes, and I also be a part of this community service. Okay, this one is very important, and for me, it's very touched because you see, when you go to the community, they're already poor, but they're happy to share also. They're happy to give money also, even though they have just a little. Okay, so this one is a kind of activity that's our students do it. Okay, not lecturer who force them to do. We just give an idea of value and moral. Okay, so empathy is also very important. So when we want to make this empathy, we will talk about things that each and everyone have to understand each other. Since we are in the sharing session, I will share an example. Sometime in our university, we have a special need student, right? Some are not good in communication. Some are very short intention, short focus. Okay. Sometimes we have this kind of special need student, right? Sometimes they are not in focus. They are not very good in communication, cannot answer, cannot ask things much. What we do, we try to let our students have empathy for our group. And we can see that, oh, this special need student, they have a lot of friends who help them to do things, help them to complete their work, complete their assignment. And there's no one who said, oh, I don't want this one to be my group. No, everyone said, oh, I need this one to be our group, in our group. Even though he or she cannot do anything much, but I need them to our group in order to help each other, sharing the good way to each other. This one is also very important for empathy, because when we talk about this one, I think we can let them do it, but not automatically doing it. I think every lecturer, every staff have to have this idea and to maintain this and doing this according to the way with the student. Okay? For the leader, empathy is very important, as I gave you an example already. When we are deans, when we are director, if we have a good way of doing things with our staff, a good way of manage all the resources with the empathy, understanding each other, I think it's a way that our staff will be happy also. Okay, when I was a dean before and nowadays also, I always sharing with the staff with the empathy, I would say. Okay, what kind of empathy? We are sharing as we are brother and sister. So, what is your situation now? Okay, of course we have our main task, our main career, right? Our main work to do. But if there are any special work, need any help, I would say that everyone give a hands to do it. No one will say, oh, I don't want to do it. Maybe inside some of them will say, I don't want to do it. But most of the staff, they do it with their fully heart to help, because we do like this, we help each other in the way, not only for the special work, but for everything we do it together. It will be also not just only verbal, but put into practice. Okay? For educator also, in each classroom, if we focus and if we emphasize this empathy to the class, I think it will be also a very good way to do things. For school culture, as I mentioned that if we do it from time to time, of course, our culture will be a little bit changed. Okay? Not only by our course teaching and learning, but also our way of doing things. Okay? If we have this kind of empathy in all the staff, we can do together and can make the things come true. For the equity, it's also important As I mentioned, that some students are also in needs, and many times, if our university are in the city, many times they think about community service. Okay, community service is a very common word in our university. We are not telling them that you have to do community service. If you want to graduate, you have to do community service. No, we're not saying that. But we try to support, we try to emphasize, and from time to time, they do it themselves. They have a student club, right? They have the student activity, they have student union, student council, they do it themselves. Okay, we want to do this one, do the community service in order to help the community service, okay? Teaching the student there, give them some activities, even help them for the academic work. For example, business administration faculties, they help the community to do the packaging. The community nearby, they have their own product, right? Their own dry fruits. No? So, but they have no knowledge about packaging. They don't have knowledge about advertising and marketing, especially online marketing. So our students go there to the community to help them to design the packaging. Teach the community to do online marketing, to make a live streaming, selling things, something like that, okay? It's also important to understand. So just to show you this picture, we call social media production camp. Social media production camp. We went to the community a bit far from Bangkok, and that community need the youth there to be online selling person. So with online selling person, they need someone who teach them how to do the short video, how to do live streaming, how to do advertising, how to do poster, in order to broadcast on social media. So we make 4 days of camping in order to teach the youth in the community to do the online production. They just brought their mobile phone, right? We teach them, okay, if you want to make a good product advertising, you have to take the picture like this, take a short video like that. So if you want to make a live streaming to sell your things, do like this, do like that. How to communicate to the customer, whatever. 4 days of camping in order to teach them, okay? It's very good so that they learn and they help their family too, okay? So when they know how to do it, they help their family. Their family have a goods, have the products themselves, right? But they don't know how to sell online. So this one is the way we help also, okay? So just to conclude my sharing, as we are in the sharing session, many of experience come from our experience of doing things with the student, with the leader, and with the administrator. I think that value-driven is essential nowadays. Not only the way of good way of saying that, oh, we have value, we have moral, but it's a way to, at the end, who will profit this one is our student, right? Student will profit this one, and this one will be good for our student, okay? So, any sharing? Any questions? Okay.
So we are now open the floor for one questions, perhaps.
Thank you.
Institute is 1,300 ethnic, 5 clan, and also 700 languages, dialects. So, the highest diversity in the world. So, how do you see for values driven leadership? But I don't know why the committee do not invite Indonesian keynote speaker about this, because this is very important actually. That's my suggestion to the committee. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to share a little bit regarding to this concept. I think, from my opinion, value is a common way of doing things. Of course, in Thai context and Malaysia context are not the same. But value is something that each and everyone can understand it and can do it. I would say it's a common value, it's a common way. Or I would say that not regarding to religious, not regarding to belief. Of course, in Thailand, most of us are Buddhists, but we have also Islam, we have also Catholic, we have also other belief, but we are not saying about Buddhists. In our university, we are not saying this one is value, Buddhism value. No, we say this one is value. Value means common things, common good that we can do in each and every one. Okay? So I think this one is a way of our doing things. So I just want to share a little bit. Thank you so much.
Tamrong. Ladies and gentlemen, our session has come to an end. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Tamrong for sharing his, you may stay on stage, for sharing his valuable insights in the best practices session today. Let's give him a collective round of applause. As a token of appreciation, I would like to invite Dr. Ridwan bin Jantan, Head of Centers, Institut Aminuddin Baki, to present the Best Practices Session Certificate to Dr. Tamrong. Please welcome. Thank you, Dr. Ridwan Jantan, for presenting the certificate to Dr. Tamrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to once again thank Dr. Tamrong for his contributions to the 4th ICELAM 2025. We would also like to thank our audience for your active participation and thoughtful questions. Your engagement has enriched our learning experience and development. We would like to give a gentle reminder to all to scan the QR code before you leave the auditorium and fill in the 4th ICELAM 2025 evaluation form. Your cooperation is truly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this session. You may join the academic presentation in parallel session at the respective locations from 11 a.m. onwards. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for attending the session, and please enjoy the rest of the conference, and we hope to see you all again in the future. Goodbye and have a good day ahead.
Cik Zawahir, tak off lagi kot wireless. Tak. Okey. Okey. Terima kasih.